Today I'll be doing second part of Political Science Class 12 Chapter 4 Book 2, that is India's External Relations. Students, we have already covered in the first video regarding Nehruji's foreign policy. Then we have done about our relationship with neighbors. Then NAM, what were the policies of NAM, which Nehru was one of the co-founder. Then we have done about our neighboring country, China, how China had a war with India, Pakistan. Now, war and peace with Pakistan. Now, in case of Pakistan, the conflict started just after partition over the dispute on Kashmir. You all know now that dispute also is solved. The Kashmir conflict did not prevent cooperation between the government of India and Pakistan. Both the government worked together for relocation of the women abducted during partition to their original families. Okay, so a long dispute about the sharing of river water was resolved during the mediation by the World Bank. So this was also one of the water issue also in this water issue. Then the India and Pakistan Indus Water Treaty was signed between Jawaharlal Nehru from India and General Ayub Khan of Pakistan in 1960. So despite of all ups and downs in the India's and Pakistan relationship, this treaty had worked well. A more serious armed conflict between the two countries began in 1965. In April 1965, what happened? Pakistan launched armed attack in the run of Kutch, that you know, that is in Gujarat. This was followed by a bigger offense in the Jammu and Kashmir in August to September. So Pakistani rulers were hoping to get support from the local population there, but it did not happen. They thought if they will take away the parts of Jammu and Kashmir, the local people, because the local people over there was Muslims, so they thought they will get the support of the Muslims of local staying in Jammu and Kashmir. But they did not support it. Now also you know the terrorist attacks goes on. In order to ease the pressure on Kashmir front, so Shastri ji ordered Indian troops to launch a counter-offensive attack on the Punjab border. So what happened in the battle? The Indian army reached close to the Lahore and hostile came to an end and the UN interventions. So UN has to intervene so that the Indian-Pakistan stops the war. So later on, Indian Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri and Pakistan General Ayub Khan, so they have come up with an agreement known as Tashkent Agreement. So you know, whenever there is a war, to be on the safer side, okay, we both have understood, debated, discussed, then some, the mutual understanding is signed an agreement. Like how we have done with China also, that was Panchsheel, that 5 principles will follow. So same happened with Pakistan also. In Pakistan also, the treaty, the agreement was signed at Tashkent between both of them. Next, now we will be doing about Bangladesh war. This is the third neighboring country in 1971. Now, beginning in the 1970s, Pakistan faced its biggest internal crisis. The country's first general election produced a split verdict about Zulfikar Ali Bhutto party emerged a winner in the West Pakistan, and the Awami League led by Sheikh Mujib ur Rahman swept through the East Pakistan. Now what happened in the West Pakistan, Zulfar Ali Bhutto did not accepted the Awami League in the east who has won the elections. Like only Zulfar Ali Bhutto will be leading the country. So from here the conflict started between between the Pakistan and the East Pakistan. Now the Pakistani ruler were not willing to accept the democratic verdict, nor were they ready to accept the Awami League demand for the federation. Like federation means division of power. Let both be equal. In the earlier 1971, now what happened? The Pakistani army arrested Sheikh Muzaffer Ali Rahman, who won the election of Awami League in East Pakistan. Now what happened? And unleashed a region of terror on the people of the East Pakistan. Now when he was arrested. Now in response to this, the people started struggling to liberate Bangladesh from Pakistan. Now they wanted independent Bangladesh. They did not wanted to join with Pakistan because their ruler Awami League who has won, they have arrested that leader. So throughout 1971, India had to bear the burden of 80 lakh refugees who fled from the East Pakistan and took a shelter in India. As you know, India is a very generous country. It had just came out of the independence with lot of their internal problems, giving their people the employment, literacy, making the people literate. Okay, so it was there like no challenge going on, and another problem came up where the 80 lakh refugees entered in India. But India provided moral and material support to the freedom struggle in the Bangladesh. Now support for the Pakistan came from the US and China in order to counter the US-Pakistan-Chinese axis. Now India signed a 20-year treaty of peace and friendship with Soviet Union. Now you know, as we were independent, we were not military very sound, as we have worked on our neighboring good relations. So that time when US and China has held Pakistan, so India has to take the support. So India has signed the treaty, right, with the USSR for 20 years, like they will be having peaceful and friendly relationship in August 1971. This treaty assumed India of Soviet Union support if the country faced any attack. So they wanted that USSR can help them if any attack will take place. As children, you are aware of, whenever there is a war with any country, it always end up after discussion and debate and UN intervening, they always signed an agreement. So same thing happened in Pakistan also. Now after a month of diplomatic tension, military build-up in the full-scale war between the India and Pakistan finally broke out in 1971, December. Pakistani aircraft attacked Punjab and Rajasthan, while the army moved on Jammu and Kashmir front. India retaliated with an attack involving the Air Force, Navy and the Army on both the western and the eastern front. Welcomed and supported by the local people, and the Indian Army made a rapid progress in the East Pakistan. So within 10 days, the Indian Army had surrendered Dhaka from 3 sides. Okay, and the Pakistani Army, about 90,000, had to surrender. In this way, Bangladesh became as a free country with the help of India. So India had to make it free because India was facing a problem of the Bangladeshis, the people from Bangladesh entering in the India. Whereas India also was not in such condition that they can take such a big move from Bangladesh people to the India. That was around 80,000. So later on, the sign of the Shimla Agreement took place between India's that time PM, that was Indira Gandhi, and PM of Pakistan, that was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, in 1971, formalized the return of peace. Okay, so what was the impact of the war now? Let's do. That was, most of the people in India saw this as a moment of glory and a clear sign of the India's glory, military power, because they have won the war. Then Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister at this time. She had already won the Lok Sabha election in 1971 due to this, because she really succeeded in winning the war. So her personal popularity increased after 1971 war. After the war, assembly elections in most of the states took place, bringing large majority to the Congress party in many states. Before this, Congress had lost because during Jawaharlal Nehru's time, because they were saying he could not manage the relation with the neighboring country well, because China had a war with India, so and USSR did not support it. So they said that it is really humiliating for India that time. So again, Indira Gandhi, when she won the war against Pakistan, we got our integrity, we got our strong position in the world back. Now we will be doing about the next topic, that is India's nuclear policy. The first nuclear test undertaken by the India was in May 1974. Nehru had a firm belief that the dream of modern India can only be achieved through the science and technology. He was a big supporter of science and technology. Like he said, if we will have strong military, we will have a security. Like he has learned from the previous experiences having the war with the neighboring countries. So he was really dreaming like modern India can really take place when we will be really developed in the science and technology. A significant component of his industrialization plan was a nuclear program initiated in the later 1940 under the guidance of Homi J. Bhabha. He was a big scientist. India wanted to generate atomic energy for peaceful purpose. We will not attack first. For our security, we wanted to have the atomic energy. Nehru was against nuclear weapon. So he appealed with the superpowers for comprehensive nuclear disarmament. Like not to have a nuclear test, not to have a nuclear weapons. He was appealing to superpowers also. However, the nuclear assignments which was taking place in the between the superpowers kept rising. The China conduct nuclear test in 1964, and the 5 nuclear power, they were US, USSR, UK, France and China. Also, the 5 permanent members of UN Security Council tried to impose the NPT, that is Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty of 1968 on the rest of the world. Like now, there will be no nuclear test. The 5 countries, the permanent members, they already had a nuclear power. But India wanted to have a test so that they can be secured. They will not use first. But they have put a restriction. Now, India always considered the NPT as a discrimination and had refused to sign. They said, they have already made, but they are not allowing other country to make the to have a nuclear test. It was for the security. As now also you are knowing, till now India has never used any weapon, and never it will be using also. It's a responsible country. But they felt that why NPT has to be signed by other countries when they have already done the test, the permanent members. So it was a discrimination. When India conducted its first nuclear test, it was termed as a peaceful explosion. India urged that it was committed to the policy of using nuclear power only for peaceful purpose. They just wanted to have a test for peacefully. So India conducted a series of nuclear tests in May 1998, demonstrating its capacity to use nuclear power for military purpose. So this was India's nuclear policy. Now children, in this video we have done about the neighboring countries' war. That was, we have done China, we have done Pakistan, we have done Bangladesh. And what was the impact? In the end, both the countries have always signed the Treaty of Peaceful Agreement. And then after that, India planned for having the nuclear policy. Now also, we are really very responsible country and playing a very good role in the world economy. So children, I think you all have understood very well the topics covered in this video. Thank you.